Ladies and gentlemen, the rebalancing of the Chinese economy will take many years, which means that Chinese exports of manufactured goods will continue to flood the world for the foreseeable future. Canada, hitherto, has not worried too much about the threat from Chinese manufactured imports, mostly because our firms, generally speaking, do not compete in those areas of Chinese exports. And we do not compete in areas of production that are characterized by low-wage costs. But one of the implications of the global rebalancing agenda is that the shift in terms of trade to encourage more domestic demand spending will also encourage Chinese firms to go up market. Be careful what you wish for. The same forces that boost domestic demand in China and which create new opportunities for Canadian exporters will also force Chinese firms to innovate and to produce higher-end products and services that compete on a global scale. Competition is coming in a very different way. To cite only some diverse and perhaps idiosyncratic examples, let's think about telecommunications. The Chinese telecoms network giant Huawei has recently won major contracts around the world, not just in developing countries in Africa, for example, that one might say were beholden to Chinese aid and investment, but rather in advanced markets such as the United States, Singapore, Norway, Sweden, and in the UK. And take international education, a field that we are very proud of and which we see ourselves as a global leader, attracting students from around the world, including Chinese students. Well, did you know that China is already a bigger market for international education than Canada is? It is the 7th in the world. We are the 8th. The question is, how many Canadians choose to study in China? That's a topic for discussion. And when it comes to an industry very close to the hearts of the Triggs, the wine industry, a subject in which I have no expertise. Did you know that Chateau Lafite of the Rothschild fame has been in northern China, in Penglai, for over a decade, since the late 90s, and that they'll be producing the first bottle in barely a few years? Could China become a major exporter of fine wines? I look to advice from Mr. Triggs and others. But China will continue to surprise us in ways that we haven't thought about. And this will all be part of the same global rebalancing agenda that the West is asking for, which is for China and other Asian countries to increase domestic spending and larger imports.